Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Eric Morton. Quick note, our new beloved permanent host, Annie, is not here today, as you can see, because, well, she's on her way to Hollywood to cover the opening of Halloween Horror Nights out there. Keep your eyes on our site for tons of new content coming from the West Coast over the next few days. Here now is the news for September 5th, 2023. As you can imagine, with the opening of Halloween Horror Nights 32 at Universal Studios Florida on Friday, HHN content will be dominating this show, with most of Universal's efforts being put into this event. A majority of the changes around the parks revolve around this most popular event of the year. Now, let's get to it. Well, Dr. Oddfellow descended on Universal Studios Florida to perform the opening Scaremonies in a video shared on the official Halloween Horror Nights TikTok account. It was filmed during the team member preview that took place last Wednesday. In a TikTok video, he introduces himself and shares that he's watching attendees. He's been watching them for years, shaking in fear, begging for more. I guess that's what we've been doing. He references icons of the past, such as Jack the Clown, and he then reveals his real desire for Halloween Horror Nights. Those are power and immortality, powered through the guests and their souls. It is then that Dr. Oddfellow invites guests in, and the characters in the street rush the crowd, marking the beginning of the night's horrors to come. On Friday's first event open to the public, some pretty extreme weather came in. I think a lot of you, if you were there, you know this, that rain was coming in sideways. It came in there shortly before they got started, so the opening ceremonies were modified a little bit. He was unable to scale the scaffolding to that catwalk above the entrance trusses. We got some audio and got glimpses of him throughout the park. But yeah, the weather didn't cooperate, just like a couple years ago, same type of deal. The event guide map for Halloween Horror Nights 32 is now available at Universal Studios Florida, offering guests a bird's eye view of the event and the locations for each offering. The front of this year's event guide features imagery from Stranger Things 4, one of the houses at this year's event, of course. The back of the map includes information about multi-night tickets. Guests can choose to upgrade their single-night ticket to a multi-night ticket, for instance. It gives you instructions how to do that. Inside the complimentary unfolded map, there is a list of every haunted house, scare zone, and entertainment offering, as well as shopping and dining experiences. On the lower left-hand corner of the map, there's a legend, as well as information about haunted house exits and a QR code to download the official Universal Orlando Resort app. The outer half fold includes information about park safety and the code of conduct for Halloween Horror Nights 32, and of course the location of first aid stations, maybe for those of you who don't follow that code of conduct or the safety precautions. The smell of the fog and accompanying neon glow of Mel's Die-In are staples of Halloween Horror Nights for many. Though Mel's Drive-In at Universal Studios Florida has been closed for refurbishment since June and is expected to remain closed throughout the Halloween Horror Nights season. While countless guests were disappointed by the restaurant's temporary closure, the real nail in the coffin was when the neon sign with the R and the V there on Drive-In were, they're normally removed to make it the Die-In. Well, they were going to have the signs turned off. The Hollywood section of Universal Studios Florida was then much darker with lights off at Mel's during the team member preview. This added maybe to the spooky vibes, but things just didn't feel the same without Mel's Die-In. Well, due to the refurbishment, the power of this venue had been disconnected and the signs have been recently turned off. This was anticipated to last a few weeks, and news of the sign being off during the event was a great disappointment to fans. They took photos and things like that, and they're used to taking photos at Mel's Die-In. It's a tradition for a lot of guests. So the notion of a completely dark Mel's had a lot of them voicing their opinions. Well, after large amounts of feedback, power is now being run specifically to Mel's Drive-In sign during the HHN event nights to create that Mel's Die-In atmosphere that we're all dying to see. It looks great, and it's great that Universal apparently listened to the fan feedback on this one. If you have a craving for some Mel's while you're there, by the way, it is closed temporarily, but there is a temporary Mel's booth across the way on event nights. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free. Head over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and their team will design your next epic vacation, from Universal Parks to Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts, Disney Cruise Line, Virgin Voyages, Royal Caribbean, and more. Please check them out. But I know the question on everyone's mind is, well, how were the haunted houses? Well, we have toured each house extensively with multiple visits to each house, some as many as 3 times on opening night with our traditional RIP tour that our team takes. And what do we think? Well, Tom and Annie made a video recapping the experience, and you can see it right here on our channel. They go into a lot of depth here. As for me, Dueling Dragons all the way. But Eric, what about the food? There are dozens and dozens of event-exclusive food items, and you guessed it, we ate them all. There were some highlights, there were some lowlights, and some shockingly amazing options you'll find out. From food provided from the Fedra ration stations to amazing entrees from food trucks, the event has a little something for everyone. The food review video will be dropping on this channel today. Of course, if you want detailed looks at all the food and all the haunted houses, all the scare zones, we have detailed articles on all of this stuff at universalparksnewstoday.com. Also, a quick note, Nightmare Fuel Revenge Dream made its debut on Friday, and there are some pretty major changes to the show from previous years, though if you have seen it before, it'll still feel very familiar. We have a full video right here on our channel. Please check it out. Death Eaters are prowling the streets of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Diagon Alley at Universal Studios Florida. That's for HHN. And we were brave enough to encounter them. The Death Eaters first appeared at Universal's Islands of Adventure in Hogsmeade Village during the Dark Arts of Hogwarts Castle. Last year, the Death Eater Scare Zone was added to Halloween Horror Nights over in Universal Studios Hollywood. This year, Voldemort's followers now make their Diagon Alley debut. The Death Eaters appear by entering Carkit Market in Diagon Alley. Their show moment begins when Death Eaters take the stage. It's normally that one that's used for entertainment offerings during the day, like Celestina Warbuck and the Banshees and the Tales of Beetle the Bard. If you're particularly unlucky, or lucky, I don't know, depending on your point of view, I guess, you might catch the attention of a Death Eater ready to duel. After the group raises their wands to the sky, they descend upon the crowd to invade the streets and cause mayhem among the guests. Special props with green lighting are up throughout Diagon Alley for the Death Eaters to interact with. Quick note, the Death Eaters seem to be recruiting, so, if you want to help them out on their membership drive, I guess, they're more than happy to select you and help you out. We have a full video, of course, right here on this channel. Coinciding with Halloween Horror Nights 32, Chucky's Twisted Playground opened this weekend at Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort. Described as a photo illusion experience, Chucky's Twisted Playground features rooms full of unique Chucky-inspired photo ops utilizing a few different illusion techniques. This experience takes place in the Fun and Sun Rec Center located on the 2nd floor of the lobby building at Universal's Cabana Bay Resort. The circular windows that typically allow guests to look through the doors and into the recreation center are now blocked by official Chucky's Twisted Playground logos. A hotel key card is required for access. Inside this photo illusion experience, guests can take photos inside photo ops themed to the Chucky television series. The first photo op references the upcoming season of the show, set to premiere on October 4th. An advertisement for the new season shows Chucky at what appears to be a White House press podium and reads, "This fall, he's running for your lives." The actual photo op is a parody of the Lincoln Memorial with Chucky instead seated on a giant stone seat. It says, "In Chucky, we trust." Each photo op has a red circle with "Stand Here" and a Good Guys branded footprints there where guests can stand for the optimal optical illusion within the photo. The next photo op we saw is another optical illusion in which the right position and photo angle will make it look as though Chucky has pushed you off a high-rise building. An example image with the hashtag #StayInHorror is on display to help guests get that pose down right. The next photo op will make you look as though you're toy size and you've been captured by Tiffany. Guests can simply stand behind the faux cage and the forced perspective will do the rest. Next, there's a little hallway filled with props, including Chucky himself, where he's gleefully hacking into a turkey with a chainsaw. Next up is a mirror room which makes guests feel as though they're surrounded by hundreds of Chucky dolls. There are various actual Chucky dolls and Good Guys boxes around. Again, there's a red dot to give you the best spot to stand. Next photo op is a disassembled take on the Chucky show. It's their logo. Each letter is made of little doll parts, different body parts of dolls. When you're not standing on the red dot, the logo looks a little jumbled and disconnected, but when you stand in just the right spot, the full logo comes together as one complete visual. Chucky's Twisted Playground is open to Universal Orlando Resort hotel guests only from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. September 1st through November 4th. A valid hotel key card is required for entry. Check out a full video, of course, right here on our channel. The Red Coconut Club at Universal CityWalk Orlando has undergone another seasonal overlay. This Halloween season, the venue has transformed into the Revenge of the Dead Coconut Club. Here's a quick backstory. Over the summer, the All Hallows Eve boutique at Islands of Adventure, it was themed to the fictitious film studio Monstergram Pictures. The Universal Classic Monsters were in the midst of creating a B movie called Revenge of the Red Planet. Maybe it was just a working title, I don't know. The film is ready for its big premiere, and guests visiting the club will find it decorated for the occasion. The club is located on the upper level of CityWalk, which means it's available to everyone, not just guests of Halloween Horror Nights. Outside the venue, a vintage red truck is parked outside with smoke billowing out underneath. Banners featuring the illustrations of the Universal monsters are hung on the exterior of the venue. All of them are wearing 3D glasses. Just inside, you'll find busts of Frankenstein's monster and Dracula. They're bookending the logo for Monstergram Pictures. And of course, they're also wearing 3D glasses. This is also where you can meet the bride and her monster at certain points of the evening. Moving further inside, guests will find the first of 3 bars where spooky-themed cocktails and mocktails are served. The entire club is filled with retro B-movie props like a pool with tentacles making a cocktail. There's even a sign for Monstergram Pictures' art department. The lighting and decor give off an otherworldly vibe with aliens and monsters all over the place. Even Dracula himself was there, searching, I guess, for his next victim. There's no cover charge to enter, and all ages are welcome. The club serves a variety of spooky-themed cocktails and mocktails, like we said. It's a fun and retro environment. Whether you're attending HHN or not, you can check out the Revenge of the Dead Coconut Club. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen each and every week. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. And if you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Universal Parks News Today on YouTube for more great content. Click the bell for notifications, but please hit that select all notifications so you never miss an opportunity to see an episode of News Today with Universal Parks News Today. For UPNT, this is Eric Morton saying, the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one.
Welcome to Deep in the Plus. Each week, join host Rob Whiteside and a panel of Disney superfans as they take a different movie or TV show from the Disney Plus catalog, tell you its history, details, give their review, and let you know if it's worth your time. Current shows, classic movies, and everything in between. Watch Deep in the Plus live Tuesday nights at 9 Eastern for new episodes. Or catch Deep in the Plus anytime on YouTube at unplannedDowntime.com.